Welcome to World Refugee Day. And celebration has been happening all over the nation, all over the world.
We are here today to celebrate refugees and immigrants that live here in Portland. We want to welcome our new Portlanders, and we know that Portland is a better and more vibrant place because of refugees and immigrants. Welcome to World Refugee Day.
Happy World Refugee Day!
Bonjour. Hello. My name is Court Morse, and I'm an enrolled tribal member with the Sault Ste. Marie, Ojibwe, and Anishinaabe peoples. And I just wanted to first and foremost say Happy World Refugee Day. We are so honored to have you be a part of our communities. And we stand in solidarity with you and welcome you to Turtle Island. We ask, as new community members and new Portlanders, that you always stand in solidarity with us to honor the Indigenous peoples that have come before, who have taken care of this land, as well as all the Indigenous peoples that are still here fighting for sovereignty and our rights. And in return, we hope to stand in solidarity with you as new Portlanders, as immigrants, as refugees, and ask that we all can walk together in solidarity in a good way to honor those that have been here and to lift up each other's voices and struggles and to take good care of our Mother Earth and Turtle Island. The Portland area rests on the traditional village sites of the Multnomah, the Wasco, Cowlitz, Cathlamet, Clackamas, bands of Chinook, Tualatin Kalapuya, Molalla, Yakima, and so many other tribes that have been here before. So I would like to honor you today with a turtle song. The turtle in my culture has a significant meaning, and there, was a story that back in the day there was too much infighting amongst people, and we were wiped out, and we needed a second chance. And so the turtle carried a mound of earth on its back and gave us Turtle Island, North America, so that we can have a second chance to live together. So I just want to say I hope we can live together in a good way and walk in solidarity. Ogichi big pa machan pawa banamanake chekaneko wiji al Kichawa Anishinaabe. Hey aro, hey aro, hey aro, hey aro, hey aro, hey aro. Ogichi big pa machan pawa banamanake chekaneko wiji al Kichawa Anishinaabe. Hey aro, hey aro, hey aro, hey aro, hey aro, hey aro.
There is no time like the present to celebrate who we are, where we come from, and where we're going.
Now I understand these last few weeks, these last few months have been extremely difficult for people all over the world, especially in our communities where there are refugees and immigrants who barely know where and how to get food. These times though also ask for change, and this is what we're here to do. Change comes from telling our stories. It's from sharing our art. It's from sharing how we cook things. It's the beauty in how we share our stories that can help people come closer to our doorsteps so that we welcome them into our businesses, our homes, and into our culture. The more we know about our cultures and understand them, the more we can respect them and love them. And also, like today, on World Refugee Day, we get to celebrate that with all of you. So thanks for tuning in
to our very first, mind you, very first virtual World Refugee Day 2020.
Talk and I are extremely excited. We're so happy to be here. Again, I'm Hussein. This is my co-host, Talk. Stay tuned for more. Got the next story coming up. We're so excited to present our first group. They're a youth group out of Salem, Oregon, a refugee group called Uhuru,
which literally means freedom in Swahili.
It's amazing. I'm so excited. This group spreads their message of love in multiple different languages. It's incredible. I'm excited for you to check them out. Let's hear them.
I want to thank you for choosing to come to our community, seeking refuge here in Oregon. You have fled your home to establish new roots, and I'm proud to call you my neighbor. And you should know that you're not alone. There are many in this community who welcome you because their stories and the stories of their ancestors are a lot like yours. Portland has a long history of welcoming refugees and immigrants, Over generation, these communities have established themselves and added greatly to the economic, cultural, and civic fabric of our city. Nationally, it's been a difficult environment to make progress on refugee resettlement. The rhetoric and outright lies do not reflect, however, how the majority of Americans feel. Together, we will fight for greater opportunity within our systems for education, workforce, healthcare, and greater social protections. The crises we face highlight the urgent need to focus attention on the most vulnerable in our society and vulnerable populations around the world. We must do more. I appreciate your making Portland your home and looking forward to work with you to realize the promise of the American dream.
Welcome back. That was beautiful.
It was. That was amazing. Thank you for staying tuned in. We're going to keep this train moving. We have an amazing story coming up. It's about an Iraqi family. Something I share very personally. This story is going to be remarkable. Please stay tuned and check them out.
I'm Maysal Janabi. I'm from Iraq. We came to USA in 2017. So, and my husband, my son.
My name is Fadl Al-Janabi. I'm from Iraq, from Babylon. We came here at the December 2016.
I'm Yusuf, and I'm from Iraq, and I'm 14 years old.
This is Sarah. She has a tooth pain today, and when I'm still sleeping, she always
As usual.
Yeah, you know, after 2003, the situation be very bad because you know, lots of explosions, very unsafe situations at that time. So we decided to go and leave our home country, to go to a different country just for our safety, to look for safe life. So yeah, because we came here and we see here is very safe life, and there is a lot of chances to my kids, to me, to my husband. Although he lost his job and he very misses his job because he worked as a physician in our home country. But we came here. I hope he can evaluate his degree and can work again as a physician too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't easy.
Of course, you know, when you transferring from one country to another, from your home country to a new country, it's very difficult, you know, because of the language barrier, the cultures differ, everything, the food. It's not easy, but we got a great support from you and many, organization here, especially Oregon is very nice state, and you know there is a diversity here. Many people help us to settle down in here. I mean, with time, adaptation happened for us. Yeah. You came here as a refugee. You came here just with your clothes, you know, nothing, no money, no support, but with the support of the organization, they gave us furniture, they help us to looking for a job, right? Register the kids in the school, Without support,
and also I want to mention Didi, if you remember her, Didi Plaster. She was very helpful, with us. So this support, without this support, I think it's make very difficult, to come from different country to a country that's different in everything, in lifestyle, in traditions, in culture, in food, in everything, and language. Also, language is very big barrier. So we thank God that we could to buy a house. Of course, we got a loan, but at least we got. Since it's our home now. When we just moved, we thought that this is a dream. No day we can buy a house. Now, we do this is a dream. It's become life. It's become true. So now we have our own home.
We bought this house. It is with the hard work. I worked many hours, and she also worked as a teacher's aide. It's not easy to buy a house in America. It's very difficult. But because of our hard work, with the support of you and many organizations, we success and bought it, and we are very happy now, right?
I want to be an anesthesiologist.
Anesthetic doctor.
An anesthesiologist, I love it.
For my dream, I want to, complete my study, equalize my degree, to work as a doctor here, because I'm a pediatrician and I have experience more than like 30 years, okay, as a doctor. And in fact, my exam will be within a couple of months. I will do the exam, yes. This is the step one. We call it step one. And I think I will do it.
Awesome. For me, I put all my dreams in my kids. I hope they can finish their study here, got a very good degree, because I'm trust they are very smart like their dad. So yeah, my dream my mom. And I hope that I see my kids growing up here safely, get a good degree, got a good job here. So this is my dream. And of course my dream also that my husband, since he lost his job, he's very sad to lose his job. I hope that in a day he can be physician again. That's great.
Hello everyone, my name is Mang and this is the Refugee Services team at Catholic Charities. All of us here have been working hard to make sure all of our refugee families are safe and healthy during this time. We have also been working to make sure we are ready when new families start arriving so that they feel welcome, and we are hopeful that that would happen very soon. We want to thank everyone in the community who is helping and supporting our refugee families be welcome in their new home. It really means the world to them. So for all of us here at Refugee Service and Catholic Charities,
Happy World
Happy
Refugee
World
Day.
Day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
In light of that story, we were chatting about some times when you were back in the refugee camp as well, back in the 70s. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So for me, today is not just about like celebrating refugees, right? And the sacrifices they've made and the contributions they've made to the US. For me, it's also about remembering that in the 1970s, our Black Americans called upon Congress and said, open the doors for Southeast Asian refugees that were impacted by the Vietnam War and that secret war in Laos.
Wow.
I didn't know that. So today, for me, it's also about honoring and giving gratitude to Black Americans who were not only fighting for their own constitutional rights, but they were also fighting to be treated as human beings.
Definitely.
And with that, they even extended that voice and that fight to people they didn't even know. So my family and the 150,000 other Southeast Asian refugees who were in those camps got here because our Black Americans paved that way for us.
What a remarkable story. We have something else that's interesting. Some of those people ended up here in our neighborhoods and all across the U.S. But what's interesting is something about your friend. Mm-hmm. Tell us about her.
Yeah, so her name is A, and she was one of those refugees in the refugee camp back in Thailand, and she's now in Portland, and she owns her own restaurant.
Amazing.
She loves to cook, and she calls it Khao Niew, sticky rice in Lao, and you're gonna see a clip of her sharing her story, but also she's gonna show us how to make papaya salad. That's her artistic expression. And then she loves cooking so much that she taught her niece, right?
It's amazing.
How to cook. And there's also a video that shows her niece, Tida, 11 years old, making Nam Khao. That's Lao crispy rice. Check it out.
That's so cool. Let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Sangasy. I'm the owner of Khao Niew Lao Street Food. We are a family-owned business that was started between my two brothers and myself back in 2015. We wanted to start a Lao food business because we believe that Lao cuisine is unique and is a missing gem that everyone out there needs to try at least once in their lives. Let me tell you a little background about my family and myself. I came to America in 1987 from a refugee camp in Thailand. At the time of my arrival in the U.S., I was 10 years old. I started school for the first time in my life at that age. I had a lot of catching up to do with my schoolmates. Not knowing how to speak or read in English was very challenging. But I have to admit, it wasn't as challenging as trying to adapt to a whole different culture and society altogether. Without struggle, I wouldn't be able to appreciate life's success the way I do now. Having the opportunity to experience life in both cultures at the age of 10, I was privileged enough to be inspired by and hungry for education. This, after all, was the land of the opportunity. America was where dreams come true if you have the drive and ambition to work hard. America was the place we all wanted to come. We didn't hear about the inequality, not yet. So I was blessed to have this opportunity. This is the opportunity I was not going to let pass me by. With that mentality, I've always strived to do well in school, even though I spoke almost no English. I strive to work really hard at a very young age, hoping someday I will live that American dream everyone talked about. This was not an easy path. It didn't come without challenges and struggles along the way. But here I am today with determination, ambition, hard work. I now own my own business with my family. Our dream came true. We have struggled as a minority in this country, and we have worked really hard to get where we are today. I have felt inequality and prejudice, but I can reassure you that it probably compares to nothing that the Blacks' life have been living through for centuries. This brings me to the current event in our world that minorities, Black, Hispanics, Asians, etc., are facing. I know our lives have not been easy, but together we must stand. Only together will we make a strong impact. I understand that all lives matter, but most importantly, Black lives matters more now. Please don't judge. Please don't discriminate. Please don't hate. Always be kind. You don't know what people have been through.
Every day, when I come to the Uyghur receptions area, I saw people who has either a smiles on their face or they had anxiety or concern. I can relate to them all.
This is the battlefield in Laos. These are government troops supported and financed by the United States.
I came from Laos in 1978.
In an obscure corner of Asia.
We were the first flow of Indo-Chinese refugee to the state of Oregon. We have mixed emotion. There is anxiety about how do you comprehend with this new land, with this new culture. I started working for URCO in 1981. URCO is not your typical nonprofit. Among our staff today, on a daily basis, we're able to speak more than 50 different languages. We wanted to be able to make sure that they can feel like they belong to an organization who cares about their well-being, who cares about their success.
Welcome back. I don't know about you all, but my mouth was watering during the papaya salad section. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm starving right now because I wanna go have some Nam Khao. Thank you so much, A.
I'm starving. Just watching those videos. Are you? I'm ready to eat.
So Hussein, I know before we go get something to eat, can you just share with us what that experience was like for you in the refugee camps?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in those camps, there's everything is working against you, and in a refugee camp, the smallest things like getting water is the hardest thing in the day. Luckily, I grew up with an amazing family. I had brothers and sisters that helped me grow and gave me toys and things that I could have somewhat of a normal childhood. But something else remarkable that happened. My father was a painter. He was an artist, someone I very much love and respect. Helped us come out of that camp because he used something amazing. His art, his voice. He literally collected scraps of tents from around our refugee camp, brought them back to our tent, and did something amazing. He started using his talents. That's what helped us come out of that refugee camp because it was a signifier. It was almost as if it was a flag. It brought attention to our tent. It brought attention to my father, who used and leveraged that to bring us to come to America. We'll get into the details later, but that was what happened in my life, which I find remarkable. And when we got to come here, it was the best time of my life. I got to become the new version of myself. This is amazing. This is what we get to do. We get to celebrate these amazing refugees and immigrants that have traveled from thousands of miles to come, not to just live the quote-unquote American dream, but to live a life worthy of living. And that's what's most powerful about that. I'm really excited about our next segment though, because again, we're here to celebrate our heritage and where we come from. Tell them about the next show.
We're gonna let them tell you about the next show. It's actually a dance from the island of Tonga, so enjoy. Thank you, Tongan community. That was so special.
It was amazing. It was almost like soothing to my soul.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that we're like traveling around the world and truly celebrating from deep within our cultures, bringing out things that are sacred, from drumming to dancing to telling our stories. I love this, and I hope to keep it going. What's next?
We're going to keep it going. And we cannot do this work, right? We cannot talk about story and performances from all over the world without bringing in our Latinx, Latina community. The next performance is, I got to get the name right.
Corazon Alegres,
yeah.
I believe is how you say that.
They are the Portland dance troupe.
That's right.
From the Latino Network. Take it away. So a huge shout out to our Latinx, Latina community for always coming through.
Always.
Yeah.
Always representing. I love it. I love the dance. All right, guys, we're gonna keep this train moving. Our next performer comes all the way from Ghana. He's lived here for many years, but he's an amazing performer. He's won prestigious awards and is literally like an ambassador for Ghana in the music world.
Yeah, Google him.
Abu Adi, our next performer. Take it away. Welcome back, my friends. That was an amazing performance by Abu Adi. thank you for sharing that wealth of knowledge and music and drums, and it was just epic. That was amazing. It brings you back to sort of my personal story, and I heard him talk about his father a little bit, and for me, growing up in America was remarkable because I had somebody really significant in my life passing down a knowledge of art and creativity and the importance of that, and the importance to put your art as a leverage to say something powerful, right? So through activism. And that's why I found the t-shirt become a wonderful canvas to spread my messaging. So as I got to grow up in America, I've had the privilege of going to college and doing amazing things, but it was really on the hard work of my brothers and my siblings that really helped me get there, and the community that supports me. And so art today is really my mechanism in which I get to use to amplify not only my voice, but hopefully refugees and immigrants all over our Northwest region, and hopefully even further beyond. What was it like for you to grow up here?
Yeah, I share that same sentiment, thinking about what is my purpose here, right? In being in America, it's like, what grounds me? And it's simply making sure that I give back.
I love that.
Helping others who have helped me and my family along the way. I just wouldn't be here if it weren't for all the people who supported us.
I love that. And I think we're getting ready to get into a little bit more of a storytelling time. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Hussein family who just came here like, what, 7 months ago?
Yeah.
Which is remarkable.
From Malaysia.
Wow. Let's hear that story real quick.
Hi, my name is Safira Bibi and I'm from Malaysia. My name is Shamsu Bebo and I am from Malaysia.
My name is Husna Bibi. I am from Malaysia.
My name is Zakir Hussein. I am from Malaysia.
Hey. I was born in Myanmar, but when I was probably 5 years old, so my mom, me, and my second brother, we moved to Malaysia. Tara Malaysia, America, bala kalla nasio yung kata.
Mane ede ara estano inde tole radio idu ho. Fonchander fonoguru aribo estan bayu. I'm lovely.
In Malaysia, even though she was born in Malaysia, there aren't many opportunities that she would got. Even though she have the birth certificate of Malaysia, you have to give a lot of money. You have to do a lot of things, to study. So that's why my dad in USA give a lot of chance, a lot of opportunities that you can do. Just the things is you have to work hard to get the things that you want. So this is the, in Malaysia also, that doesn't say that that's your country. But as a refugee, we move here at probably like 4 or 5 years. We will establish ourselves as a US citizen. So we have a country, even though they didn't have, their children have a country. So they can hope that they will continue being happy, that they didn't get. So that's what the decision they make to move USA. Mane tuan fandu tu mane kisobo.
Fandu tu honna sai arakan biara mase. Inolla gori gari bolla mati na dana to ase. Yan lovely, yan gutto sai. Kushawari na ide tala melle saptu dai.
As you know, the situation of my brother and me, we are not that in good health. So to do the things that in Malaysia, you have to spend a lot of time, but a lot of money that we don't have. So, and another thing is the studying. Even though I finished the 8th already, but I couldn't study further because I wasn't born there. So that's why this coming here became for their children, to focus their future. So that's make they want their children to focus on their study and their health the most.
Your goal?
I don't have as you don't know that what will happen or what will happen tomorrow. You can just think as it's happened what you want to do. But I want to be, from being childhood, I had a dream that I want to be fly higher. If you want to fly higher, that you have to become, fulfill your dreams. So I just want to fulfill that dream. That I want to be a pilot, but I don't know yet that I can fulfill or no. But at least I can try. I can hard work to make it true. That I can make my parents proud of me. As in Rohingya, probably in Rohingya, that no one is a pilot. So my parent can say proudly, my daughter is the first one who is a pilot.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah. She don't know anything yet. She always say I want to be doctor, but she always change the subject. If someone say I wanted this, she also said I want this. But mostly in 2-3, like probably in 2-3 months, she always saying that I want to be doctor. I want to be doctor. So mom always say that just focus on your study first. After that, you will become as you like. You want to be doctor, become a doctor. You want to be anything, engineer, anything, so you can be that person. So she said, okay. He is studying as he's the first person in the school that speaks same sign language. So mostly the teacher doesn't use sign language at all. Just show him what to do, what not. So he's not learning sign language yet. Not that much. He know a little bit. There is too. No, I want to tell that living in Malaysia is now become like a hell. You can't do anything. Like Malaysia only like USA give us many opportunity, many hopes that you can start living the life again. So I want to say that the refugee that's there should come here because this would give a lot of opportunity. Just the things is you have to work hard to get it and trust each other. So that's the things that.
Hi, I'm Amit Shah, Chief Medical Officer at Care Oregon. Care Oregon is proud to be a sponsor of World Refugee Day to celebrate and honor refugees both in our region and across the world.
Welcome back, everybody. That was an amazing story, and I love being inspired like that. It always moves me when I hear other stories, and it moves me to do something, take action, volunteer, or maybe even reach out to see if we can help. But some of us do other things in our community, and whether it's through dance or music or simply putting together an event like this virtual conference, things like this help give back in ways that are immeasurable. What did you think of the story?
Oh, it was beautiful. You can literally hear the resilience embedded in the story.
100%.
We actually have another performance, the Tacoma Refugee Choir. They have their own way of welcoming community through song. Check it out.
Dearest refugees, my heart goes out to you.
Thank you for your hard work.
You've heard it said many times that this is a nation of refugees, and it is.
I want you to know that you belong.
And I will stand with you.
This is my love letter to say I've got your back. I'm standing here with you through every attack. No matter what the haters say, I'm glad you're here to make your way. Don't let the pain keep you down. You are strong. You belong. You belong.
I know that many of you have seen way too much suffering, but I also think that it's because of that you have a unique perspective on how we can all get along better.
From one prior refugee to all my refugee brothers and sisters, please never forget that we are strong, we are resilient, we are full of hope and ambition. We are pioneers, innovators, and dreamers.
You're what helps us be us, the U.S.
This is a particularly tough time.
The whole world is hurting, but it has also afforded us an opportunity
to stop, reflect, and evaluate our racist actions so we can all be a part of the structural change within society.
We have to stand up for those who have been suffering for so long.
Whenever anyone trying to put you down, pick yourself up.
This is my love letter to say I've got your back. Yes. I'm standing here with you through every attack. Yes. No matter what the haters say, I'm glad you're here to make your way. Don't let the pain keep you down. You are strong. You belong. You belong.
I think the change starts with us. It starts in our homes. It starts in our communities. It starts with the ownership of our shared humanity.
It takes so much strength to leave another place to find a new home.
We need to step up for each other. And I make that commitment to you.
I stand in solidarity with you.
Know that there's a great community out here that's ready to embrace you and support you during this horribly difficult time.
You're welcome here, you're needed here, and help us grow into our ideals.
I'm here to do my best to support you, my friend.
Let's work together to make this world a better place for all of us.
This is my love letter to say I got your back. Yeah, I'm standing here with you through every attack. No matter what the haters say, I'm glad you're here to make your way. Don't let the pain keep you down. You are strong. You belong. You are strong. You belong. You are strong. You belong. You belong.
Please join us in showing your support for refugees by creating your own video love letter. You can find examples and more details on how to add your voice at refugeechoir.org.
My name is Adina Long. I'm the Director of Portland Parks and Recreation in Portland, Oregon. Our Bureau and our city are proud to take part in World Refugee Day. It's an honor to celebrate the courage, resiliency, and contribution of refugees here in Portland and around the world. Portland Parks and Recreation and our entire city government welcome and support refugees and immigrants. We've made ongoing efforts, like creating our Parks for New Portlanders program, designed to help newcomers to our city a priority. We hold several events to welcome and to celebrate Portland's newcomers each year, and our commitment to our neighbors who are originally from around the world will never waver. We stand together with refugees with our annual events, our community partnerships, and our commitment to diversity and to celebrating cultures, and we welcome everyone to our parks, programs, and facilities. These are challenging, emotional times for all of us. Among other trials, we are all going through the COVID-19 pandemic and the struggle for equality and justice together. But our community is stronger because of its diversity, and we welcome everyone, whether they've lived in Portland all of their lives or have just arrived here. We are glad to have the chance to celebrate World Refugee Day. If you are a refugee, please know you are welcomed, appreciated, and a valuable part of the community. If you're an advocate, thank you for all you do to make our city welcoming. Stay strong and healthy. Thank you.
Hey, Talk. We have a huge sponsor that we love to thank.
Oh, yeah.
Khao, Oregon, for making us these awesome t-shirts, hooking our performers with gift baskets and all the goods. And not only that, really getting behind us to amplify our voices. Who do you want to thank this time?
Well, we can't forget about the World Refugee Planning Committee themselves.
Absolutely.
These are volunteers who literally meet
like twice a week,
via Zoom, getting this all prepared. They've worked so hard, and they come from all over Oregon. Salem, Fairview, Corbett, Hillsboro, Beaverton.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They've worked so hard.
Thank you guys.
Kudos to you all.
Absolutely.
And if you're interested in volunteering, go to the Facebook website.
Absolutely. But we have one more person we definitely want to give a huge shout out to.
Oh, we can't forget about Chris Bentley.
What's he doing for us?
So this whole production was all him.
All of it.
Evenings, mornings, during the day, cutting and piecing all of these clips together.
Yes, so that we can all enjoy this, right? Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you so much. It's with people like you that, again, our voices are further amplified and further put into this world so that we can make the change that we're all seeking to make. Thank you all so much. We appreciate you. I want to introduce you guys to this amazing group. They're helping preserve our culture. Our Middle Eastern culture has a celebratory dance called the Dabke. Dabke is something that we perform during weddings, events, and social gatherings. It's fun, it's entertaining, yet it is slowly being lost. So this amazing group out of Seattle, this young, thriving group of amazing people who are working so hard to preserve this remarkable dance. I'd like to share that with you. They're up next. Let's check them out. Welcome back, guys. Thank you, the Jafra team. That was just an amazing dance. And you know what's cool about that is it just takes me back home. It brings us like a sense of culture back to my soul. And I love that. And I love how these guys up in Seattle are just spreading this dance, and they're spreading a piece of our culture. And this is important for our youth to not forget. I think it's awesome the way we get to choose how we celebrate our cultures, and this is just one of them. What'd you think?
Well, it reminded me of our Lao people and how we do our own dancing, right? We do the lambong. We also go in a circle. So
that's amazing. I love that. And I think there's so much connectivity within our cultures, and here we are discovering and learning more about one another through our dance. And tell us about our next story.
So our next story isn't a dance, but it definitely is going to move you because it's the story of our Imbi family from Central African Republic, and they're right here in Oregon, down in Wilsonville.
Take it away.
Hello everybody, my name is Gracia. So I'm from Congo and come here with my family, and they have my daughter, and they are going to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Vanessa. I come from Congo and I moved from Congo and come to America.
Hello, my name is Cassie. I come from, I moved from Congo to America. That's it.
Hi, my name is Esmeralda and I just moved from Congo, then I come from Africa.
First time, we have origin Central African Republic, and we moved to Congo for 4 years, and we had refugee in Congo, and our life in Congo is really, really difficult because we had some traumatized in Congo, and so it's difficult, and the HCR is an organization from the refugee. We went there and they asked us about our history, and we told them, and we had the interview with these people, and yeah, right after that, it's difficult to come in America because when we did this interview, it took 4 years before we came to America.
Like, because we moved to Congo and it was like a war in Africa, and that's why we moved there, because we have no good school. So every time we're here in the war, so people have to hide in the home, and like school is not going very well. That's why we go to Congo, and so we will have a better school. But even that, it was too hard because sometimes it's hard to find money. It doesn't have job and something like that. That's why we make the immigration.
When we came here for the first time, it's really hard because we didn't speak English, and we don't know how to go to the store, but we find the nice people who help us, who love us, and they came to our home, and when we want to go to the store, they took her to the store, and yeah, it's good because we find the nice people.
But when I came here, it was easy because like when I started going to school, I have a friend, and like in the first year and the second year, I know how to speak English. So
when I started going to school, it just like for the first time was so hard. Like for the first day, I was just like, oh my god, I'm just alone. But it was for the second day, it was easy. I have some friends. We eat at lunch, and yeah.
And for the first time when you go to school, like you have a lot of people like who can show you something, your locker, your class, and like to make you have a friend. But the second day, you have to make your own friend.
For the future, so right now I learn English, and I want to continue my education and maybe graduate and find a good job and take care with my family. And also I want all my children to do the best for them at school, and I want to see them graduate, maybe go to the university, and yeah, that's good.
When I grow up, then I will be at WWE and go to ballerina then. And when I grow up, I'm gonna be a doctor.
And I want to be like, I want to do sewing, a big designer. Like when I go to college, I want to start doing that. And I also like want to start doing whistling in the high school. And I am gonna, because if the first time I was start with I was start with whistling or fashion designer, or I was start with WWE. And after I would go with fashion designer, and I would do movie next. So I have like 14 in the plan.
Okay, mine first of all, I don't know like my future will be, but I ask God to make my dream come true. The first of all, I want to go to I want to graduate, go to university, and then I'll be ballerina. I'll be dancer, and I will be like star maker, or like to do a movie like that.
There are 25.9 million refugees in the world, according to United Nations. The most vulnerable population who are languishing in some 134 countries around the world. Unfortunately, their plight is now compounded by COVID-19 pandemic. Let's remember these refugees as the World Refugee Day is coming soon on June 20th. Lutheran Community Services Northwest has had the honor of welcoming more than 45,000 refugees from around the world in Washington and Oregon since 1975. We stand with refugees. We advocate for their safety and protection. And we also celebrate refugees' courage, their resiliency, and perseverance.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Unmute yourself. Hold on. Everybody needs to be unmuted. Be loud. Be proud. I
stand with refugees.
Happy World Refugee
Day.
From everyone at Lutheran Community Services Northwest,
Happy World Refugee Day.
Good job.
Hello, I'm Satara. Assalamu alaikum. I'm delighted to be a part of this project for World Refugee Day. My family and I are refugees from Afghanistan. My parents had to escape Afghanistan with us in 1979. After traveling through the world, we arrived in the US in 1981. We made Santa Cruz, California our home for most of my life. And since then, I have made my way up north with my children and my husband to establish new roots in Portland, Oregon. I am a nurse practitioner. I work in internal medicine. I'm also honored to serve on the board of 2 wonderful nonprofits here in the Portland metro area. One is Steps for Youth, a nonprofit dance program that enriches the lives of youth through better access to dance and movement. It is an affiliate of Steps PDX, a dance school. Also, Clackamas Volunteers in Medicine, a wonderful community clinic that serves a diverse population of underserved patients. Mostly, I enjoy sharing dance, which is my passion. I like to teach and perform both the classical Kathak Indian dance that I'm trained in, but also, also the dances of my heritage. By sharing these dances and this music, not only do I get to expose my community to my culture, but I also get to learn about it myself. I'd like to take a minute just to remind us about our resiliency and the resiliency that we inherited from our parents and our family, what it took for us to not only start a new life here, but to keep a new life going as a bicultural population, as people who have had to balance expectations from multiple social requirements. And that resiliency is what will not only help us continue to have success in our lives and in our children's lives, but also to help support our neighbors and our community. So I wish you all well, and I wish everyone a happy World Refugee Day. Assalamu alaikum.
My name is Vesna Vila and I'm director of the Sault Refugee Resettlement Program. Since 1979, our program resettled more than 25,000 refugees from Africa, South Asia, the former Soviet Union, Cuba, Haiti, Latin America and the Middle East. Many of them came here fleeing persecution and countries torn by war. Today we celebrate World Refugee Day, and I want to honor the courage and resilience of all refugees here in Oregon. I recognize the hardship they have faced, the new lives they have created, and the positive impact they have on our communities. Even in the midst of a global pandemic, we are still finding a way to celebrate. Happy World Refugee Day.
Governor Kate Brown here to celebrate Virtual World Refugee Day 2020. In Oregon, we know we all benefit from the diversity and resiliency that our immigrant and refugee communities bring. Oregon has welcomed more than 75,000 refugees since 1975. These communities are a vital part of the fabric of Oregon's history, culture, economy, and community. We live in very uncertain times. The pandemic has impacted all Oregonians, but it can be especially challenging for our refugees who are recently resettled to find the resources they need to stay safe and healthy, from health information to housing to money. First, I want to take a moment to remind our immigrants and refugees that seeking medical care for COVID-19 will not be considered in public charge determination, and neither will unemployment insurance and economic stimulus payments. Second, I can assure you that my team is working hard on the Oregon Worker Relief Fund, which will serve folks who don't qualify for unemployment insurance. Here's how it will work. An additional $10 million will flow through the Oregon Community Foundation for community organizations to distribute to Oregonians. I know this is not enough and that we have much more work to do. Today, I want to say, I stand with you. We stand stronger when we stand together. Resettlement is a lifeline that our country provides for the world's most vulnerable people. Unfortunately, our president has reduced the amount of refugees the United States can accept from 110,000 in 2017 to only 18,000 in 2020. This must change. Under my leadership, Oregon will continue to be an inclusive place for all who call our state home, including and especially our immigrant and refugee communities. So let's continue to make it happen. Thanks, and happy World Refugee Day.
You guys, we've pretty much gone halfway around the world. And you gotta remember something. Many of these people live right here in our communities, whether they're in Portland, Oregon, or just in the Northwest in general. These are your neighbors. These are your friends. people you can reach out to and support in any way, shape, or format. Look, Corona took us all out in weird ways. But the wonderful thing about what happens next is who we choose to support, who we choose to put on our platforms. We gotta support our community. You guys are amazing. Let's keep the party going. And as we wind down, we have one more performance for you. I think you're gonna love this one. You wanna tell them about it?
Yeah, this is Jack Mozie, singer, songwriter, and LGBTQI activist. He's gonna end it for us.
That's amazing. I love that. Let's take it away.
Hi there. My name is Jack Mozie, and I want to let you know that we see you, and we acknowledge you, and we know you exist, and we are going to keep fighting for you. I'm an immigrant myself, and I know the struggle that it is to live in a country where you're not welcome. But trust me, there's people out here that love you, people that care about you, and we will never give up on you. Mi vida por un momento junto a ti, seríamos un sol. Yo me paso la vida aquí, pensando en lo que vi, no sé si eso alcanzó. Aunque se apague el sol, no quitaré el calor. Te llevo en mi mente donde sea que voy yo. La distancia nos separará, pero el color verde triunfará. Y me aferro a un sueño entre amarillo y azul. Perdimos porque tal vez la vida es cruel, por eso nos separó. Aunque se apague el sol, no quitaré el calor. Te llevo en mi mente donde sea que voy yo. La distancia nos separará, el color verde triunfará. Y me aferro a un sueño entre amarillo y azul. Tal vez la vida es capaz, domina el camino por él, que nos encontraremos tú y yo. Aunque se apague el sol, no quitaré el calor. Te llevo en mi mente donde sea que voy yo. La distancia nos separará, el color verde triunfará. Me aferro a un sueño entre amarillo y azul. Me aferro a un sueño entre amarillo y azul.
Thank you, Jack, for your work and your activism. Keep it going.
We need more of that. I hope that in the next few weeks, months, and years ahead, we continue to amplify our voices, make these videos, get our stories out into the world. People need to hear our stories. People need to connect over who we are and what we bring to the table. I truly believe that it's in our best interest, in your best interest, to practice those talents that you have, to pass down, to continue to pass down those things that our great ancestors, mothers and fathers have given us. It's our right. It's our privilege as human beings to continue on this path of changing our world. And we can change it one story at a time, one voice at a time, one drum at a time. And there's no time like the present. Change is coming. And we're here to help make that change and that mold together. There's no better time than right now. So I encourage you, whether you want to volunteer, get up off the couch and do something amazing, it's not just about how much money we donate. It's not how much money we earn or give to nonprofit organizations or anything like that. For me, it's about showing up to your community, helping in any way that you can. It could be as small as smiling or as big as volunteering at the next World Refugee Day event. We hope to see you soon. Talk, let them know what's up.
If I can just add to that, I just can't thank you all enough. Thank you, Khop Jai, for taking the time to tune in, taking time out of your day to be here with us, to celebrate the courage and the strength of human beings who have been forced to flee. As Hussein said, there's no moment other than this moment to continue to fight for a more inclusive and just world.
Absolutely.
Safe travels to you all as you journey the world.
Thank you all so much for joining. We hope to see you next time. We hope to see you around our community. Please continue to share and love each other. Take care. Goodbye. That was dope.
Ndiye mwamba ni salama.